Hi, I'm David. In this short form video, we're going to be doing a short series of stretches for your lower body, spine, and shoulders. And as always, we'll start with a breathing practice. So if you will, go ahead and find your way to a seated cross-legged position of some type. Once you've settled in, elongate your spine upward, let your hands rest in your lap, close your eyes, and redirect focus to your breath. Sometimes breathing less is very calming, so let your breath be shallow. And then at the end of every exhale, hold your breath out until it becomes slightly uncomfortable. Afterward, take a normal inhale and a normal exhale. Hold your breath out again until it once again becomes slightly uncomfortable. And repeat over and over. Every time you hold, just try to relax mentally and physically. If you need to gasp or take a really big breath after holding out, that's just an indication you're holding out a little too long. Hold out till it becomes slightly uncomfortable. Take a normal inhale and exhale afterward, and continue. Return to normal breathing patterns. And join your hands together in a prayer at your chest. Bring to mind someone you'd like to dedicate today's practice to. Send that person some good energy mentally. When you're ready, then open your eyes and move up to a seated position near the front of your mat. Now, today we'll start out with the cow face posture. So extend both legs completely forward. Once you've done so, cross your right knee over your left knee and press your knees closer together. If you'd like to modify this, you can use your left arm to hug the knee into your chest, which will give you a stretch in your outer hip. Otherwise, draw your other leg back. Press your knees a bit closer together and holding onto your feet like handlebars on a bicycle. Sit up just a little taller with a long spine, forward lean to put some stretching in your hip. As you continue to forward lean, just breathe. And the next time you inhale, sit all the way back up. Unfurl your legs completely, and then cross your other leg over. Left knee over top of right. Draw your right foot all the way back near your side. Pull your feet back into position, or do the modification with your knee hugged into your chest with your right arm. Try to ground both sitting bones to the floor by rocking your right hip down just a little, and then sit up tall again. Forward lean to put the stretch in your right hip this time. Left hip, rather. And breathe deep. So you continue to forward lean, slide your shoulders down towards your belt. And then next, your inner thighs. Use an inhale to sit all the way up. Crisscross your legs in the front, and roll forward over your legs, and backward to a four-pointed kneeling position. This time, touch your toes together. Slide your knees apart until they're wider, and then let your hips settle down toward the heels for the wide-legged child's pose. And take your elbows all the way down to the floor so you have some external support. And just slide your knees outwards until you feel a solid stretch in your inner thigh muscles. Now, if you would like more stretch, lift your hips off the heels so that your sitting bones come into alignment with your knees. Slide your feet just a little further apart, and that slightly different angle will give you more stretch. Now, from either of those positions, roll forward and downward to your belly. Straighten your legs all the way out in the back. And then once you've done so, roll completely over onto the right-hand side of your body and draw your knees toward your chest. Grab a hold of your left foot or your ankle. Keep your knee at approximately pant pocket height and kick your foot straight back to the wall behind you. Tuck your tail and drop your ribs down in the front as well. And if you want to deepen that stretch, place your right ankle on top of the left leg. Use that to press the knee closer to the floor. Though if that's inaccessible, it's not totally necessary. You can always do the one that you were doing previously. And then letting go of all that on that side, roll simply over for the same posture on the other side. Draw your knees toward your chest. Grab a hold of your right ankle this time and press your foot directly back. Sometimes the body tries to avoid the stretch by lifting the knee up, so try to keep it about hip height and keep pressing as you tuck your ribs down in the front. If you'd like to go for the deepening, then hook your left ankle over your leg. Just give that leg a little downward pressure, and with some practice, your knee will come all the way down to the earth beneath. And then release out of that posture there. Roll all the way back, down onto your belly. Once you've done so, reach your right arm all the way out to the side. Place your left hand in a push-up position. Then bend your left leg. Roll onto the right-hand side of your body and flip your leg over toward the floor behind you. If possible, touch the toes of your left foot on the earth. If all that's too much, you can just roll onto the right-hand side of your body gently to open up your chest. Try to look straight upward in the air as you continue to twist. Roll all the way back down to your stomach. Once you've done so, place your right hand in a push-up position. Reach your left arm out to the side. At a minimum, roll onto the left-hand side of your body. Though if you can, flip your foot all the way over toward the floor behind you and gaze upwards at the ceiling as you hold the stretch. Deep breaths. And then from there, roll back down. Shift your hips back to the heels for the child's pose. And come up to a four-pointed kneeling position. And then to rotate your spine in a slightly different way, thread the needle. Sweep your right arm across your midline till your shoulder comes nearer to or all the way down to the floor. Lay the side of your head on the earth as well. And with your hands still in a push-up position, just press your hands together to your hand down into the floor to rotate your spine to the side. Press down through your hand to come all the way back up. And then thread the needle on the other side. If possible, take your head all the way down to the floor. Use the hand that's still in a pseudo push-up position to press down into the earth to tighten down on the twist. Press down to come all the way back up. Once you've done so, lower yourself all the way down to your stomach once more. Prop yourself up on your elbows for the Sphinx posture. Press your elbows into the ground and pull them back toward your body to drag your chest forward and lift your collarbones just a slight bit more. Try to keep your breath slow and deep even while here. And then lower yourself back down. If grabbing your feet is a bit much, you can always repeat the posture that you just did. Otherwise, bend both legs simultaneously. Use that flexibility you've developed to lift your chest. And drag the bottom rim of your ribs a little further forward. And then reach back and attempt to grab your feet. Once you've got them, lean forward till your forehead comes nearer to the floor. Press your feet straight upward in the air and squeeze your shoulders back. And then just lift your chin to look forward at the front. And breathe deep. Come all the way back down to the earth. Once you're laying there, bend your legs and wave your ankles from one side to the other side. Drop your feet back down to the floor and plant your hands into the bottom rim of your ribs. Press your hips back to the heels for the child's pose. And come all the way back up to a 4-pointed kneeling position. Now slide your knees back a little bit so they're slightly behind your hips. And curl your chin to your chest. Press your hands down. And tuck your 2 bottom ribs down and into the front of your body so everything is compact. And just hold there to strengthen your core. The whole entire time, keep your 2 bottom ribs pressing down and into your body. Just like a belly crunch or an old school setup. About 10 more seconds of that. Now releasing that posture, roll completely over onto your right hip. Prop yourself up on your right elbow. And with your legs bent, lift your knee all the way upward into the air. Press your elbow down into the earth. Lift your hips all the way off of the ground. Roll your tail under. And place your uppermost arm behind your skull. Just keep rotating everything open to the edge. And coming all the way back down to the floor, flip for the same posture on the other side over there. Once your elbow is down, lift your knee up, drive down through your knee and your elbow, and place your uppermost arm behind your head again. Just use that elbow to draw back to open up your chest. Roll your tail under and squeeze your butt as well. And then come all the way back down to the floor. When you're ready, roll around to a seated, cross-legged posture of some type. And return to where you began. Let your hands rest in your lap. And redirect all of your focus back to your breath. For the next few moments, just pay close attention to your natural inhale and exhale. No pause though, just breathe normally instead. But when your mind does wander, notice and redirect. And then again, begin pausing at the end of every exhale. Hold your breath out until it becomes slightly uncomfortable. And repeat again and again. And join your hands together in a prayer at your chest. Remember the person that you dedicated today's practice to. Either pray for or wish for their happiness and their health. Take a moment to be grateful for the gift of another day. If you wish, repeat after me. May all sentient beings everywhere experience peace.